Hello. Okay. In recent time, countries in the African continent has taken to, protest as a means to, exercise their civic duty. Now, some of these protests are, peaceful, others are not. In a layman term or in a layman definition, protest refers to, a situation where a very large number of people come out with like interest or same interest come out to actually protest, against a particular situation that isn't sitting well with them. Now, situations ranging from injustice, economic instability, or political instability or hardship, etc. Now, that is, of course, the layman definition for public demonstration or protest, as the word is. Now, like I said, these protests, some of them include peaceful, but as time proceeds, it turns into something very chaotic. Now, there are so many countries that have, experienced this protest. We have Kenya, we had the past NSAS protest, we had the Kenyan protest, and recently we had the Togo protest, to mention but few. All right, now, large number of people come out. Now, these are people from families, people that have work, people that are, just normal, regular people. Some people didn't even actually come out for protest. They're just going on their way, and then they end up getting caught in, the whole chaotic fiasco. Which is why today we'll be looking at a very disturbing topic: staying safe in times of civil unrest. Hello, everybody. And welcome to the Lifestyle Show here on What TV. I still remain your girl and host for the show, EJ. Now, if you haven't followed the Lifestyle playlist, please follow us on What TV YouTube. Like, subscribe, and keep sharing. Special shout out to all our amazing followers, by the way. Once again, you all are welcome. Now, with me in the studio are two lovely people, actually very handsome gentlemen. And they'll be helping us look at this very topic. I have with me Mr. Lateef Waliu. Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah, it's okay.
Damn, girl, that's so good. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Please, do you mind introducing yourself formally?
Yeah, I'm Lateef Wali. I'm the coordinator of Togo National Debate Council.
Okay.
And lecturer.
Okay.
At AZ Global. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir. And then we have Mr. George. John. I'm sorry. Do you mind introducing yourself properly?
All right. I am John Oludare,
Okay.
a business administrator and chief administrative officer at Global Watch University.
Thank you very much, sir, for joining us today.
My
Okay.
pleasure.
Now, Mr. Lateef, I have introduced the topic properly, so we don't have to waste time in terms of giving it definitions and co. Let's just dive into the topic. Now, into the question rather. What do you think? How can someone tell when a peaceful protest is turning into something dangerous?
I think, first of all, the protesting is kind of a very sensible topic. So, which has to do with people's lives, and that's why if you talking about it is very, very complicating. So you need to be calculating what we're saying, especially not to hurt feelings. But at the same time, protests are normally not supposed to be violent. They are always supposed to be peaceful. Like the main idea behind protesting is to be having a peaceful protest, so that those listening to the protesters should be listening to what are the main problems or what are the main advocacies, so that these people should respond according to the request from the protesters. But what we actually see is we have two types of aspects in this case, because we have some other people, the protesters, taking advantage upon the idea of peaceful protest and then turning it into violence, and then it becomes something else, because as soon as there is violence, there is going to be repression from the army or from the police, and then it turns to chaos.
Okay.
The other side is when we have the police seeing protesters, protesting peacefully, but still perhaps that it doesn't work with, there might be an agenda behind, and then it turns to completely
something else.
So this is how, protest things happen, and very complicated.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Now, what do we do when protest, a peaceful protest, turns chaotic? How can you, first of all, tell? Yes, please.
All right. The goal of every protest here, like you said earlier, was, to have a, national dialogue with the president in charge. All right. And in order to convey that and to be heard by the people in power, it ought to be done peacefully.
Yeah.
So how you can tell that it is shifting from such expectation, it's when you start seeing or noticing certain uproars among the protesters, such as irregular chanting of certain words, offensive words, certain, body movement, certain gestations here and there, certain triggers amongst the protesters. So intuitively you can tell from observation, because it's going to turn something chaotic.
Okay, now would you advise people to stay indoor when said protest, has gone rogue? Would you say they should stay indoor or continue so as to, pass the message itself?
All right, it depends on the situation of the protest. As human beings, our brain was designed to protect us, okay? So when you notice there is a shift or a tilt from the focus of the protest, and it's becoming something chaotic, which is literally unhealthy for a normal human, I think it's intuitively right that we stay protected.
Okay.
And the first thing you can do is look for somewhere or look for an exit,
And leave.
And leave, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Latif, what do you think?
No, nobody stays when things
When
turn
something
scary.
is going.
A danger is a danger. You need to flee. So
Okay.
that's how it is.
So what are the first thing to do if you get caught up in a sudden unrest while outside?
I think what I would tell people is try to protect yourself. Try to hide, to
If
dissociate.
you want to hide.
First of all, that is it. Try to hide, to dissociate yourself from the mass protesting. Or sometimes police, when the chaos becomes bigger and bigger, they no more detect. They no more try to, detect who is who.
They just go general and then
so when
begin
you
doing
find
things.
yourself among the protesters in this kind of circumstances, it's either you protect yourself or you are part of them. You see, now you being part of them is very dangerous to you because you can't run away from the danger. Because if anything happens to the mass, you are part of the mass, and
Exactly.
You can't defend yourself that you are out of it. So this is how, because I remember there was one of my brothers that
Got
found,
caught.
Okay. Found himself into this type of situation.
Did he go out or?
Yeah, he went out. He went out just for a situation because that was Tabaski Day. He went out just to his tailor to just take his clothes that he's going to wear on the D-Day. So when he went there, coming back because he was walking. So coming back, he found himself, among the protesters, and he was arrested, taken to the police. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He spent 3 days there. He didn't even.
3 days.
Yeah. So his Tabaski was completely in the police station. You understand?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay, so what do you think?
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, can you come with a question again?
Yeah. So, what are the first thing to do if you get caught in a sudden unrest while outside?
Okay. Like I would say, if I got caught, if it were me, I would do my best not to get caught.
How do you want to try? I mean, several people
But
are actually.
if eventually I get caught, okay, I would. What I would first do is to find a way to link up, because I'm always on my mobile phone. I would find a way to connect myself to people I have strategic relationships with, who can relate with people in such affairs. To see how I can
Leave.
Yes, I get my release. To see how I can be advocated for. Seeing that I'm not a brawler. So anything can happen. I understand.
Yeah.
Like you gave an example just now. Anything can go wrong at any time. So if I got caught up in such situation, I think that's the best thing.
I mean, like he was saying, Mr. Latif gave, he was trying to explain about his friend or your brother, right? That got caught. So during the Lekki protest that happened, So this friend of mine actually, stays around Lekki. So went out to past the toll gate to pick up something from a delivery guy, because of course from the toll gate to Lekki phase 1 is not that far. So he just stepped out. Of course the protest was about starting and all that. So it was like a quick in and out kind of thing. Coming back, they already started shooting, and the next thing we're hearing is lie down, lie down. People are like going down. They were telling people to like go down to avoid stray bullets and all that. So in such situation, you don't even know what to do at that time. Everybody's running helter skelter. Do you get?
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But then,
if you don't mind me saying, like you said, people run helter skelter.
Yeah.
But for some of us who, I can't be too direct with that, but I can say that's why we have the adrenaline. Okay.
Right.
If people are telling you to lie down, yeah, you lie down, but at the same time, while you're lying down, the instincts are there so that you don't get caught by the police, because at that situation it's a ransack.
Right.
Nobody's going to solicit for you at that point in time, and most of the time when they take you to the station, if you're not even permitted to use your phone, nobody would come to your aid or your bail. Do you understand now?
Okay. Now, is it safe to go live, during a protest?
Go live? Pardon me, please. That's insanity. No, I see people do that a lot, especially in this Gen Z era.
How do you want to know what is going on?
Are you a journalist? Pardon me, please.
Yeah.
I don't, I know technology in this era is a double-edged sword. It can be used positively and negatively. As much as you're going live would inform certain people about what is ongoing at the moment, it's also insanity. It's dangerous for you as a person. Okay? What if one of the shooters on order spots you? You're trying to globalize the event.
Yeah.
And trust me, it is not in the best interest of any power, to put whatever disruption is going on in their nation in the public space, especially in the global space. You know how the media platform can disseminate information within its reach. So you never can tell if a person gets spotted. It becomes a target. What if the person gets gunned down in the process?
So how then do you know if something bad is happening at a certain particular place?
That's why we have
certain particular time.
That's why we have journalists, because journalists
do you think they cover?
They are the ones. They are the ones that have the license to cover it,
exactly.
and they are protected. Anytime they just wear the journalist jacket, they are outside with their cameras. Yes.
I mean, there are several.
They are protected. According to democratic laws, they are protected, and they are not supposed to be shut down. You understand, right? So, and this is why democracy still, needs to be revisited. You understand? Because in Africa, we have a lot of, everybody wants to, do democracy at its core. Yeah. But at the same time, there are a lot of violations of, a lot of laws, a lot of articles, and it goes very, bad. Normally, if journalists are supposed to be protected, as they are, 100%, they are the ones supposed to be putting everything happening, to the public.
Do you agree with me when I say that there is a lot of unbiased projection going on in terms of journalism and what they cover? It's not everything that is happening at that protest ground that is being aired. And that is the reason why very many people that come out to protest, they air as well, so as to know the truth behind whatever is going on.
But it still doesn't give credibility to TikTok.
For instance, I'm sorry?
It still doesn't give credibility to TikTok and, bloggers.
But at least you get to know that something is happening, don't you?
But it leads to misinterpretations.
Misinterpretation how? I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused.
Can I come in there
Yes,
now,
please, you can come in.
All right, one thing with the media space is this. It shows you what it seems. It never tells you what it is. Do you understand now? Because the media space is a platform for disseminating information, and they are intentional about the kind of narrative they push to the public. Are you getting it now? So most of the narratives they propel to the public are not exactly the way it ought to be said. So they give you what it seems, they don't give you what it is. And that's because of the political landscape behind major or most of the media platforms. Are you getting what I'm saying now?
Yes,
So most of the media platforms are politically influenced. So they only push the kind of narrative they are commanded to push. And it's a cliche to say that most of the journalists are protected, you know.
I understand that.
Yes.
Okay. The point about I'm 100% okay with you. Okay.
Yeah.
But the point is, but still, that does not give credibility to bloggers or for TikTok.
Okay.
Listen, someone can just be live and be talking at the same time, saying something that is completely different
from what is
from
going
what
on.
is really going on. When someone is live and the images are outside publicly, whether in the national scale or in the international scale, everybody now has now this power to interpret
whatever they are seeing.
Yes. And this goes very chaotic. I remember the NSAS movement period.
Yeah.
When they were like, the NSAS movement, the police brutality movement and all those stuff. I remember there was this, misinterpretation of things. People started from, people were like, protesters were attacked. So instead of using the word, the word attacked, they were like, massacre. They used the words Lekki massacre. Then changed it to and this leads to a lot of misinterpretations because anybody can just interpret it the way, and the government doesn't want that. You said it already. The government doesn't want that because it doesn't look well
good in the international community,
credibility of the government itself, and now the image of the country as a whole, and now even the democracy as an ideology governing the political sphere of the country.
You have a point, sir. Okay. Another thing is you mentioned the bloggers. If you look at the bloggers, I think motives should be weighed in everything that is being disseminated in such spaces. Most bloggers, they don't really care what they bring down. They're all about the paper. They're just after their money. So even if they have to exaggerate the terms, to communicate a kind of perspective, because realistically speaking, pardon me please, perception beats reality most of the times. Do you understand? Life is all about perception.
Yeah.
So when they give you that kind of perception, you give them the paper in return. It's all about the money.
During this recently concluded protest that happened here, we saw very many videos that were pulled up, and at the end of the day, when it was checked, discovered that some of the videos were from
Kenya.
From Kenya and co. They were not even real video footages of what was going on. So then I understand what he's saying. Do you get? But then let's proceed with the question. Mr. Latif, what are some of the things one should go with when going for protest or any public demonstration at all? Are you supposed to go with anything at all?
One thing I'm going to tell people to go with, I can even say two.
Okay.
Phone and money.
Oh, okay.
Money to be able to escape the space anytime danger occurs. And secondly, phone in case you are arrested for you to call in anybody.
Oh, okay.
Very important.
Okay. Sir, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, like you said, phone and money.
Phone and money.
Then I think you should also go with
water
and handkerchief. Exactly. I was going to say that now. I was going to say handkerchief first, in case most of the times during protest when it goes chaotic, officials, especially officials that belong to the authority, can decide to start shooting tear gases. Okay, so when you go with water or sometimes alcohol, to preserve yourself.
Okay.
And ensure you can escape with these.
Okay, now how can people stay safe without looking as though they are picking sides?
I would say the first thing I would advise anybody to do is to wear neutral apparels.
Okay.
What do I mean by that? Wear clothing without images that communicate side. Exactly. Do you understand now? And make sure you're not speaking certain slangs. Okay. Slangs are code words for communication. All right? And you know what I'm talking about. They're code words. Only those who are within that fraternity can understand what has been communicated. Don't speak slangs. Don't walk in a suspicious way, and don't be in a suspicious location.
Okay.
All right?
All right, so thank you. Mr. Latif, do you want to add anything to it?
For me, like when we talk about protesting, like there are a lot of things involved that we are not even talking about. When you talk, you took already a side. When you don't talk, you took already, like even staying silent is already like
A side.
A side. For example, what is happening right now in Togo, that happened. Like people that were not even saying anything, they were like, our Togolese artists were all like almost targeted on their like all their social media platforms.
Really?
And all those. Yes, because they refused to talk about
What was happening?
what was happening. You understand? So staying silent even is a problem. When you talk, it is a problem. Being a journalist, it is a problem because everything that comes out of your mouth,
Your mouth is being
very,
targeted.
You sitting down there, I don't know, just after this show, what is going to happen? Everything he and I have been saying about the protest, perhaps that some people are going to understand it politically, some people are going to understand it realistically.
Exactly.
And this is how politics looks like.
Happens.
And by the way, and it's very for me, it doesn't shoot, the image of what democracy was supposed to
So you're
be.
saying there's no neutrality?
I don't think there is neutrality
Really?
in today's politics. There exists neutrality existed before, but now I don't think there is neutrality.
Do you buy that?
Neutrality. Yeah, you have to belong to somewhere actually, but my communication is based on the scenario at the moment.
Yeah.
And you have to be so discreet that you cannot be attached to a kind of situation or event. In management, we call it leverage, so that the government doesn't have a leverage on you.
Yeah.
I think the point with the masses is they really don't understand the weight and the power of authority. Do you understand now?
Yeah.
The person who sits on that seat as the president of a nation, or like the Togolese system is at the moment now, I think it's been changed. A new constitution has been written.
Yeah.
Okay, and now they practice the parliamentary system or form of government. Okay, where they have a prime minister and the president. Is just ceremonial. Okay, now people who have power understand what power really is. Do you understand now? Authorities are authorities because they were legitimate and they were legitimized. I don't understand understand do you get what I'm trying to say, please?
Yeah,
I'm stuttering. I'm talking too fast in my head.
It's fine.
So it's coming out slow in my mouth. Okay, what I'm trying to say is this. For every authority that is conferred, it comes with a legal power.
Yeah.
There is no illegitimate authority. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good. So because the authority is legal, it has power that was bestowed on these individuals by the people themselves.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying now? And by the wisdom of the authority on seat at the moment, intuitively, I think that's a good strategy. I'm not trying to be a pessimist, okay? But realistically speaking, the Constitution has been written. Or rewritten. And you know what a Constitution is, right? The laws that governs a nation. The rules and regulation of a nation. Do you understand now? Laws are the only things that keeps us different from animals.
Yeah.
So when the laws are rewritten or are written in conference with the system, the new system in place now, you can't combat it. Even before the laws were rewritten, you would see that most of the time your protest may really have no effect at all because of the power that exists in the system. So most of the times, the strategy in approaching the power to get the power to listen to the desires of the masses is, pardon me please, may not be good enough. I don't want to use the term wrong. Okay? Most of the times, it is the person that carries the weight that dictates the terms.
Yeah.
You understand
Which is,
now?
of course, the...
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Either pays the piper dictates the tune. It's a cliche. It's a simple idiom. And so if you're going to look at it from that paradigm, I think there should be a representative as much as it will look as if maybe you will not get certain kind of result, or it would go nowhere. But I think that should be the case, such that they can sit with the government, and the government should be persuaded, to
give in to their...
I think what is really triggering this thing is because most of the youth are not empowered.
Exactly. Do you want to conclude on what he has said?
Yeah, I just wanted to come up with that. When we're talking about power in these circumstances, because this still creates, the power. There still exists a kind of power vacuum, because first of all, there is kind of power relations that exist, because when we have the population, that doesn't have power, because when there is a government that is supposed to be fighting for the interests of the population, that has the total power. They are normally supposed to be protecting the population, but when the population, the big mass, now realizes that, no, come on, all the power is at the other side, like with the governing people. And secondly, all the army is there, like they almost lack the protection they were normally supposed to be having. This is what triggers them going out for the protest. Now, what I can call for is to bring those that have that power, whether legal or any kind of power they have, to still come back to the population, to play their role of the protectors of the interest of the population and of the country, because a lot of things happen, and we need to be blaming the protesters, but at the same time we need also to be blaming those governing. Everybody should respect their role and their positions.
You're talking about striking a balance.
Yeah. We need. It's very important.
Yeah, as much as we want a balance to be, you understand? As much, pardon me, please. As much as we want a balance in the system, do you really think a balance can really be achieved?
Okay. Now that's a question.
Because that statement sometimes is a function of perception. The way you see it sometimes as a mass is different from the way the people in power are seeing it. It's not like I'm trying to take sides. I'm trying to open our eyes to see like others see.
Yeah.
I've said it before, that perception beats reality. In other words, perception is reality.
It's fine. All right, guys. We'll end it here. I don't want to say that the time is so short, because clearly everybody's trying to pull up what they have already, and then you can see we have to kind of like end it. Thank you very much, Mr. Latif, for coming.
You're welcome.
Mr. John, thank you so much for coming. I'm so sorry for the short time that
It's
we
all
have.
right.
But we've come to the end of today's show. Now, there's a question Mr. John asked. He said, sir, can you repeat your question again?
Which of them?
Okay. We'll review the question in the video.
Please.